Welcome everyone to another edition of Drunk Agile. Not going to point out the obvious about because we have no idea what order these things are coming in.
How far apart they are.
Yes. Yes, we're drinking. Yes, Nisha is here, and yes, we are glad that you have joined us. Another short, maybe short and sweet, hopefully a short and sweet episode of Drunk Agile. But Pratik, we want to talk about an initiative, a potential initiative that we have coming up here at Drunk Agile. Could you maybe fill our viewers and listeners in on what we're thinking about?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for everyone who's been watching all these episodes that we've been putting out or listening to them on your podcast. If if uh, if all the things that we have talked about have piqued your interest and you want to figure out how to apply these in your context, we're considering, and we most likely will, based on the feedback we get, starting an initiative of a drunk agile cohort, starting probably sometime in the June of 2023, and probably repeating it further on based on how we see that go. The idea would be to have multiple folks come meet with us for an hour to a couple of hours, go away, do some homework, come back and do that, repeat that cycle a few times. And all this would be along the things we usually talk about: predictability, improvement, figuring out what your process looks like, and how to make sure you're running a process where you can actually make predictions and trust your predictions. And how you can use the flow metrics that we talk about to improve your processes.
So can you talk a little bit about what I mean, like why are we considering this? Why has this come up? I mean, specifically, what's the benefit to this type of approach?
We absolutely realize that not everyone has the time or the bandwidth available to sit in a 2 or 3 day course, which both of us teach, and a bunch of trainers at prokanban.org, who do a really good job of teaching applying metrics for predictability type courses. But not everyone has the time to take 3 days away from their team to go do this. Uh, but we want to provide something that is a little more paced for folks, where you can devote a couple of hours a week and then a couple of hours doing some homework in a week, and then coming back, and you also at the same time have some support from your fellow cohort members, which is the thing that you get in a class. And so you get instructors, you get materials, you get cohort members that you can work with, and even further, you actually are able to use your real data, your real team's work to to apply these things instead of using the made up data or some other team's work that we bring to you in these classes.
Yeah, so obviously the cohort approach, there's nothing new in that, right? I mean, there's nothing really innovative that we're doing here. It's the idea is as great a trainers as we are, as Pratik and I are, probably the best trainers on the planet. I might go so far as to say that. But even as great as we are, we're not so egotistical to think that by the end of the class, by the end of that training, that you haven't forgotten at least 50% of the things that we've said.
Yeah.
So here we are, eat our own dog food. We talk a lot about small batches. We talk about, a lot about, context. We talk a lot about, practicing, what you're doing. So this is an opportunity for us to try some of those things. And hopefully people out there are interested. Anything else? I mean, like, so what should people do if they're interested? What should they do? How should we go forward on this?
Pretty quickly, if your immediate way to reach out to us is probably the comments below. And if you're already a part of the prokanban.org Slack channel, you can definitely reach out to either of us or both of us in Slack. I will recommend anyone who's interested in Drunk Agile videos to be a part of the prokanban.org Slack channels. And at some point, once we have all this stuff figured out, there will probably be a link to go sign up for this. But before all that happens, for sure, you can use either the comments below or our preferred method. Join the prokanban.org Slack and hit us up directly on Slack.
Speaking of Pro Kanban, not that this necessarily matters to anybody, but if it does, this cohort would make you eligible, at least prepare you somewhat. It's not going to guarantee that you would pass, but it would prepare you somewhat for at least one and probably two of the Pro Kanban certifications, wouldn't you think? Again, we don't have exact details on that yet, but again, if that's something that's of interest to you, that might be yet another benefit of the class.
And as we talk about all the time, this is our first little experiment to put out there to get some feedback. So please let us know in the comments below if there's something you're interested in. If there's something you're interested in, and if we see a good amount of traction on this, we might be running this cohort multiple times moving forward.
Which you just reminded me, another channel, if anybody, if people prefer, you can always hit us up on LinkedIn too. So, I mean, that's three ways: leave a comment, join the Pro Kanban Slack community, or LinkedIn. I mean, so, or, you know, if you have our email addresses, which we will not obviously publish here, but if you have it, you know, do that too. So, look forward, as Pratik said, look forward to hearing your feedback, hearing your ideas about how we might go about this. And fingers crossed, launch this sometime in that June-ish, you know, maybe July-ish, whatever that is, time frame a little bit later this year, during the summer. So, anything else that we should cover?
That is it. You can see that Nisha has not moved an inch.
She's loving every second of this. Okay, so for Nisha, for Pratik, I am Dan. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see some of you in June or July, but at the very least, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone.